G'day guys and welcome back to the JFBS SuperCoach channel. And today what we're going to go through is every single injury I could find, AI. And I was going to basically just tell you the injury updates, what the teams might look like. The teams just came out for Geelong and Carlton, so we can have a quick look at that as well. And maybe, I don't know, maybe not. I'll see how I feel. Because that could affect what the team does look like on the thing that I did, the list that I asked for earlier today compared to, 3 hours later. So let's start from alphabetical order. We'll start from Adelaide. We'll try and make this a fairly quick video. So we will try and find these guys. Dan Curtin's the first one on here, is injured with a knee injury. We obviously saw him come off the track with that injury. And I think at the time it said about 3 or 4 months, but at the time of me saying this is to be confirmed, because sometimes knee injuries will take a bit longer to recover, especially with footy. And yeah, look, I think you'll be back around midway through the year. So just mind that. Everyone kind of knew that already. Mitch Hinge over here is a test for his back. It says here. On my notes, it says nothing. But yeah, it's a test. So it'll be this week and next week where he'll be doing his fitness test and seeing if he's available to play at the end of the week. If so, that'd be great for him to see him back on the track or back on the field in round 0. If not, that's completely okay. There are some other options like a Luke Nankervis or a Braden Cook who've been playing a bit of halfback. More Nankervis, I'm pretty sure. And then another one just above here is Mark Keane with his leg. Also seems like he's going to be out for a while. So just bear in mind, not that I think many people are going for these three guys, but maybe think of the guys that are behind them and potentially might make some money with their absence. Next, we've got James Peatling with his hamstring. It says 1 week. Don't know if that means he's missing the first week of his game or this week. So I'm not too sure. Maybe he plays round 1, but I'm going to assume that he's missing round 1. So he'll be back for round 2. And then the most obvious one is Isaac Rankin. I know this is injuries, but, we'll add suspension as well. Suspended from last year, went over to this year and is missing round 1. Interesting pod. People are going for him just because, he's there. But I think you're better off going for a guy like Petrarca, who's going to be playing the same amount of games in those first 4 weeks. And he's going to get you early points. So maybe if you do a swap to that, who knows. But yeah, Isaac Rankin is missing the first round as well. Move on to Brisbane and their injuries. We have got Tom Duday here with his wrist. It's a test. So, like I said, with, Mitch Hinge, it'll be this week and next week where he will be trying to make it to the best. What am I trying to say? He'll be trying to get back on to the field. Next we've got is the unfortunate of Sam Draper. It says 1 to 2 weeks. So he's probably going to be back round 3 or round 2. I think they have a bye round 2. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, so he'll probably miss round 0, 1, be back for round 3. And then he has a whole week to recover and basically, just gets on the track, has another week to recover is what I'm trying to say. Next, we have got Eric Hipwood here with his knee. It is to be confirmed, so there's no current timeline for him. Not that I think many people are going for him anyways, but if there's another guy, maybe an Oscar Allen, who's might be the number 1 forward there, but not that I think anyone's picking him. Jack Payne, wherever he is, there he is at 355k. Also a knee, also to be confirmed, so just be aware of that. Cam Rayner has a groin injury. It's a test, so he will train for this week and next week, or this week really, and see how he goes. And then last, we've got Henry Smith. Not that I think that people are going for him. 194K. He's done his foot, so 4 weeks. What is it? Expect to be back for round 4, which is fair. So that is Brisbane. We're going on to Carlton. Carlton's list is a bit bigger. Adam Chera, big injury here. Back another hamstring injury, which is really annoying. 3 to 4 weeks. It says expected around 3 to 4, which kind of makes sense. So don't pick him. There's Walsh, who's also come back. I think he'll be a better pick. Hewitt as well, I think, will be a better pick than Chera. I mean, 12K difference you're going with Walsh, in my opinion. I've got him in my team. If you haven't checked out my video, go check it out. Where's Matty Cottrell? There he is, missing 3 to 4 weeks as well with his knee. So not that I think people are going to pick him, but there you go. And Francis Evans as well. Like I said, kind of similar with Cottrell. Don't think people are picking him. He's also out for 1 to 3 weeks there with his knee. We got Nick Haynes. So this is a bit more of the first semi-important one, wherever he is. I can't find him. Oh, here we go. 432K. This one's kind of important in a way. I didn't even see. Let me have a look at is Wiedering named actually in this Carlton team. He is, which is annoying for a Richmond's fan's perspective. But Nick Haynes, he's the other guy that's going to be them big key back. But with him being out for 1 to 3 weeks with his ankle, misses Richmond. But Harry Dean might have a bit more opportunity, and maybe Will Dirksen. But Dirksen wasn't named, so for all those people that jumped on him, I think including myself, if you watched the video last night, may or may have not have, but I was never really confident in him. I just didn't have much money, and I just wait for him. Anyways, next one, I think this will be very quick. Jesse Motlop out for the year. Don't bother going for him. Did his ACL, so very, very sad for him. Hopefully has a speedy recovery. Nick Newman. So he actually, I think he did something in the VFL to get, not VFL, in the practice games to get suspended. And he's out till round 3. They have their bye in round 2. So he'll be back for that. For those people who do have him, you're probably jumping off of him. I would say you probably go for a guy like Archie Roberts or a Colby McKercher. Colby's injury still, I think he's still injured, but I'm not sure. Harry O'Farrell, injured with his knee. It's also to be confirmed, so we don't know. And then last is he here? I can't see his name. Oh, here we go. Billy Wilson with the foot to be confirmed as well. Going on to Collingwood. Bobby Hill is out for personal reasons, personal leave, so he's indefinite. There's a small forward down in Collingwood potentially on the rise, like a Harvey Harrison. He might be a potential option. Any other smaller guys that you can think of, they could definitely take a spot that Bobby would take. Got Jeremy Howe as well, out for 1 to 2 weeks with a calf. So be mindful of that. Reece McGuinness is out for 4 to 6 weeks, which is really annoying with that knee injury. And then we got Darcy Moore missing probably the first opening round for the season. So probably more significant injuries on this list compared to others. Maybe Adelaide's, those 5 guys probably in their best team. But for Collingwood also, Darcy Moore missing 1 week, wherever he is, can't find him. That's him. What? Where is he? There he is. Darcy Moore doesn't have the injury sign, that's why. Calf 1 week, probably will miss. Round 0, Essendon. So far has got the most injuries that we've named. Let's go down. Cillian Burke, hamstring to be confirmed, so we don't know yet. Nick Bryan, he's going to be a popular guy to go for when he comes back. It is also to be confirmed. We were roughly saying it's about a month. So if we can get him maybe before round 8, that would be great. And we could probably turn a guy like Lockie McAndrew into Nick Bryan, save some cash. He can make some more money. And we could probably upgrade your primo ruck after that. Because then we get a good gauge of who's going to be a good ruckman then. Tom Edwards, very disappointing last year with his ACL injury. It is also to be confirmed. Same with Lewis Hayes. Both of them did their ACL, I'm pretty sure, and they don't have a expected recovery time. Isaac Kako, Essendon's big rookie from last season. He's done a hamstring out 1 to 3 weeks. So unfortunately, we won't be seeing him then. Probably not picking him anyways, but just in case, there might be a small forward like El Achkar, who's impressed a few people. So just keep an eye out on that. We've got an obvious one in Nick Martin, who's out for the season. So very disappointing. He probably would have rounded out your top 6 forwards for the season. But unfortunately, he will not be taking part this year. John Ridley tried to get out of the Essendon club out 4 to 5 weeks. What does it say is expected here? Around 4 to 5 makes sense. With a calf injury, so just be mindful of that. Not that I think many people are going to pick him anyways, because he's pretty injury prone in general. But is there some other guys down back could be an option? I'm not too sure. Sullivan Roby, their next pick. Where is he? Because Farrow was taken. Was it? Where is Roby? Oh, was Roby taken before Farrow? I didn't know that. Anyways, Essendon's 3 rookies are there. Roby is out for a week. Doesn't say what injury it is on my notes because I asked AI. But yeah, just says he's out for a week, so he'll be available by round 0. Will Setterfield, where is he? There he is at 487k with a foot to be confirmed as well. And Reece Unwin, there he is. 3 weeks, calf injury. I don't think he's making Essendon's best side anyway, so not too much to worry there. On to Fremantle. Only 5 at the moment. Brennan Cox down back for Fremantle with a calf. It's a test. Same with Alex Pearce. He's a test. So probably both will be available by round 1. And Carl Warner has knee soreness as well. He is also a test. And then the other 2 we have got is Sam Switkowski. He's also a test. So Fremantle are pretty decent so far. Hayden Young did obviously injure himself. I've still got him in my team. But I did see a tweet where there was a bit of an ankle scare. And that's where everyone panics. And then someone tweeted going, well, he went to the medical officers, whatever you call them. He went to the physios and then literally just kicked goals afterwards. So, it doesn't seem that scary. So thank God it is a bit of a minor injury, which is good. But yeah, Sam Switkowski, concussion, probably he'll be available by round 1. And then Sam Sturt, wherever he is, he didn't even play. I don't think he played last year. So, knee to be confirmed. We don't know. On to the Gold Coast Suns. Or is it? Yeah, we'll do Gold Coast. On my notes, it says Geelong first. But Bo Adensall out 4 to 6 weeks with a hamstring injury. Not that I think he'll be going from anyways. Charlie Ballard, he's a guy that I think I've thought about some at one point because of the injury that he did at the start of the season at 207. Key defender. Key defenders normally are around 300k at least. So he's just making 100k difference, so which isn't too bad. But he is a test, which is interesting. He may or may not play, but I'm going to go on a limb and say no. We got Elliot Kimmelberg. Where is he? There he is at 148k. Not that I think he'll be going for him, but knee injury, 6+ weeks. We've got Max Noble, 1 to 3 weeks with an ankle. Where is... There's a lot of names I've never seen before. Jai Murray, leg injury, 6+ weeks. So, yeah, look, pretty bad. Jake Rogers, where is he? He's another small forward for Gold Coast, wherever he is. I can't find him. Oh, there he is, 179k. Hamstring is a test, which is good. Like we like to see that. Sorry, I can't speak. Matt Rao did his finger in the State of Origin. It is to be confirmed, so there's no rough timeline, unfortunately. I'm sure it won't be. It'll be sooner rather than later, you think. And then last you've got Jed Walter for suspension. Where is he? Doesn't pop up here, but he's out for he'll be available round 1. I'm pretty sure. I'll just double check. Oh no, they don't. The teams haven't been announced yet. All right, so let's go to Geelong. Come on, get to them. Here we go. So they have. Sorry, I'm just putting my phone's on 20%. Harley Barker, where is he? Down at the bottom there. Knee, he's indefinite at the moment. Not that I think he'll be making the best squad anyways. Jeremy Cameron is a test for his quad, so be mindful about that. He may or may not play on Friday night. Then we've got Toby Conway, the ruck for Geelong. He's at 300k. You'd think for a guy his size and a half decent leap, he'll be good for these ruck rules. So hopefully he can get on the track sooner rather than later. Then we got Paddy Dangerfield with his calf is a test. You think he'd play, maybe even for a half. Oh, excuse me for pronouncing this name. Keaton Matafai Forbes with a foot injury to be confirmed. Brian Myers is a test with his thumb, wherever he is up here. So hopefully he will be playing. Jacob Mollier. Where is he? There he is. Thumb is also is it thumb? No, foot. I've read Brian Myers thing. Foot, 8 to 10 weeks. It says there too. And Bailey Smith is a calf for a test. So you'd think he plays. He played on a bad calf against the Dogs and smashed their midfield. On to GWS. This is going to be a long list here. Leek Aaliyah. This is on alphabetical order, by the way, which I didn't even realise until now. Where is Leek Aaliyah? Can I find him? I don't think I can. 277k, groin 1 week, might miss this round. Cody Ango. Where is he? Here he is, 160k. Hamstring is to be confirmed. Toby Bedford is also done with a hamstring for 1 week. And you've got Aaron Cadman with a pelvis injury. Expects to be round 2. Finn Callahan's a test. So that's a big thing that it's a big good news that he's on test, because we thought we was going to miss the first couple of rounds. And that GWS midfield was going to be pretty depleted. But now Callahan's back. It's good to see that he could potentially play and be a decent option for some SuperCoach coaches there. Brent Daniels, I'm really disappointed because I wanted him on my team. Hamstring, 3 to 4 weeks. Yeah, look, this might be the start of just the never-ending story of his injuries, unfortunately. And I think it started last year. The year before was great that he had, but I really hope he plays sometime this season. We got Tom Green. Everyone knows out for the whole season. Very disappointing with an ACL. Hopefully he can get back bigger and better next year. Darcy Jones is a knee, which is to be confirmed. Where is Darcy Jones? There he is. To be confirmed, so we don't know his expected recovery. And we got Josh Kelly. He's got a hip injury. It's to be confirmed as well. We've got Toby McMullen, hamstring as well. wherever he is. There he is there. 1 week, and then you've got Sam Taylor as well, 4 to 6 weeks. Well, it says 5 to 6 here with his hamstring as well. Hawthorn, let's go to you guys. So this is also a smaller list, but yeah. We got Tom Barras. He's a test. Does it say on here what it is? Back. Okay, that's good. So he might play this week, potentially. Got James Blank as well. He's done his groin, is to be confirmed as well. Will Day, unfortunately, he's out for the first 3 months. Expected to be around round 12. Hopefully, he can get back sooner rather than later and get rid of all these injuries in the past. Last year was a knee injury, I'm pretty sure, or a leg injury. This year's a shoulder. So hopefully, it doesn't become a reoccurring thing. Cam McKenzie, it comes up that he's concussioned, so he's out for 1 week potentially, but he might be okay for this week. We'll see. And Cam Nan, where is he? Does it come up with him? There he is. Just says 1 week. It does. Thanks, guys. All right, Melbourne is a pretty decent list. Unfortunately, we got Jake Bowie to start it off. He's the 3rd highest priced on the Melbourne squad with a foot to be confirmed. Tom Campbell, I'll have to scroll down a bit. Ruck is a neck to be confirmed. Jai Cully with his arm is also to be confirmed, which is a bit, what's the word? A bit scary, unfortunately. So hopefully he gets on the track soon, is all I'm going to say. Jack Henderson. Where is he? There he is. 186k forwards with a sacrum. I'm not a doctor, but I'd never heard of that in my life. So he's out. TBC as well, which is unfortunate. Matt Jefferson with a foot wherever he is. I can't see it. Oh, there we go. 128k. Foot is to be confirmed. Luca Kentfield. We saw what happened to him in that Richmond-Melbourne game, which is just a double whammy. With his knee, he's out 4 to 6 weeks. We've got Shane McAdam out as well. He is Achilles, but it's also to be confirmed. I don't know if that's he's out for the season type season, but yeah, we'll see. Brody Myercheck with a concussion is also to be confirmed. A bit disappointing, but that's okay. That was kind of Melbourne's big forwards to, kind of lure and take the pressure off Van Rooyen. Got Andy Moniz Wakefield. I actually had him in my side for a decent amount of time at the start of the team picker because my mate was really high on him. I think he will be decent, but we'll see how the team goes and how he goes because, to be fair, Melbourne's defence is pretty solid. I mean, now Stephen May's out, because he's retired. But yeah, anyways, next we've got Jack Viney. So what does it say on here? Expects to be round 8. Someone, correct me if I'm wrong, but I saw somewhere that he was out for the whole year, but now it's only 8 rounds. So not as horrible as it could have been, which is great to hear. So hopefully he can get back out there very soon. And last but not least, everyone's favourite loophole, Kalani White, 99.1k with Glandular fever to be confirmed. I haven't really gone through the teams and seen what potential, what's it called? What am I trying to say? How are these injuries going to affect each team? Maybe I'll do it at the end. North Melbourne, we got Jackson Archer, unfortunately out for the season. I think he was our first season-ending injury, I'm pretty sure, which is really disappointing. He didn't play much last year, so he was injured again, which really surprised me because I thought that was his kind of big moment of, becoming a solid AFL player. Not solid, but, kind of semi-breakout, being a really good lockdown defender. We got Aiden Core. 340k calf is a test. So hopefully he's on the track soon. Taylor Gord. It's one of those. Goad. Ankle, 2 to 4 weeks. We got Riley Hardiman. there he is. He's been playing down back, but he is out 1 to 2 weeks with the ankle. So McCutcheon might be an option, but we'll see. Luke McDonald with his wrist. Where is he? There he is, underneath Georgie Wardlaw. He's a test, so be aware with that. Colby McCutcheon is also a test with his finger, so also be aware of that. I don't have him in my squad at the moment. I actually really like my team, but I really want Colby McCutcheon at the same time. But you can't have everything, which is really annoying. I'm going to try my hardest to see what I can muster up to bring him in, but it might be a bit hard too. Blake Threadgold down at the bottom here, defender, foot to be confirmed. And last but not least, we got Georgie Wardlaw. It says 2 to 3 weeks with his hamstring, expected to be for round 2 to 3. Hopefully it gets out there soon. Port Adelaide, here we go. Only 5, which is okay. Tommy Cochran, whereas he, with a hamstring, he is 3 to 4 weeks. Jack Lukosius with a groin. I think he was injured all last year. Might be wrong. Where's Lukosius? There he is at 242k. He's a test for his groin, so be aware of that. Sam Powell-Pepper. Oh, God, I forgot he did his knee last year. Where is he? There he is. He's out 12 to 14 weeks with his ACL injury. So very disappointing there. He was my saving grace last year. So shout out to you, SPP. Ivan Soldo out for the season with his ACL injury. I'm pretty sure. Yep, out for the season. And then we got Ollie Wines with his suspension till round 3, which I didn't know was till round 3, but that's a pretty decent pretty decent God, I can't speak. Pretty decent chunk for a guy like Will Brodie, but he was an emergency, which is really disappointing. A guy like Will Brodie, or who were some other guys, Jack Watkins, who was a guy that people have been talking about as well. Some other potential guys for Port Adelaide as well, and Miles Bergman too. Going on to the Mighty Tigers. Judson Clark. Now, if you're a Richmond fan, you know how annoying/disappointing it is. I think this is his 3rd ACL. He's to be confirmed. I don't think he's playing this year. He might play some VFL, but I don't know, man. I'm pretty upset about that. Got Sam Cumming. Obviously, we saw that Triple J. What was it? Yeah, Triple J. Or was it Triple M? Sorry, it's Triple M. Yeah, sorry. The Triple M tweet where there was no Cumming for a month. So, yeah, did his shoulder. He's out for 4 weeks. Not that I think this is going to be a big thing, but Oliver Hayes-Brown out with the patella tendon test. So, subject to fitness. We got Taj Houghton with his hip. It was originally 4 months, I'm pretty sure. Where is he? Yeah, 267k. Originally it's 4 months, but it is probably more of a to be confirmed timeline. You've got the alcoholic Mike Kelty-Lafau. Joking, but it's disappointing. I can go on my rant about the 3 players for Richmond have been caught drinking in illegal acts. Out for 2 weeks with his drink driving offences. So, yeah, not going to be an option there. Not that I think he was going to make the team, was he? Oh, I guess he could have. It's kind of hard to predict because you've got Armstrong, you've got Fall, but it gives him more of a certainty for those two to play round 1 and 2. Next, we got Samson Ryan with his foot is 3 to 4 weeks. There he is, right above Lafau. I don't know why I scrolled down. Out 3 to 4 weeks. I hope this is his last year at Richmond. Not that yeah. Anyways, Tom Sims, 211k, elbow and foot. Expected recovery time is to be confirmed. Yeah, pretty interesting duo there. Don't know how you did both. Maybe it's how he fell. Oh, God, Josh Smiley. How disappointing. He's out 6 to 10 weeks with his quad. I really hope he gets a game or two. He might be a rising star in like next year. So we'll see how he goes and how his body is. Something needs to be said for our fitness management, or I don't know if we're just drafting guys whose bodies are just not up to AFL standards, which could be a thing. And Nick Vlosten's management is a test. Do I mention Prestia? I don't know if I did. No, I didn't. Well, he's subject to fitness. And same with Nick Vlosten with his managed injury, which I'm not even sure, unfortunately. But yeah, he'll most likely play around zero, and I'm sure Prestia will as well. St Kilda here. My God, we've got half an hour. I'm really sorry. Ryan Burns with the foot injury. Where is he? There he is. 343K is to be confirmed. Liam Henry, very disappointing with his hamstring injury. 67 weeks. 67 weeks? 6 to 7 weeks. He's had a really rough patch with injuries at the moment, and hopefully he can get a good run of no injuries soon. We got Max King right underneath him with his calf/knee to be expected. Liam O'Connell with facial fractures. I hope it's still not from that Mansell injury, but yeah, he's to be confirmed. And Jack Silvani, he's a test for this week, so he's probably going to be playing round zero. For St Kilda, Sydney, here we go. They're a bit of a bigger list, but to be fair, a lot of these guys are probably not making their best team, as you can see more towards the bottom here. Riak Andrew, where the hell is he? I can't find him. There he is, 119,900 there. Quad, to be confirmed. Ned Bowman, 119K, 6 weeks with his hamstring. You got Braden Campbell. Where is he? He's out with a shin, to be confirmed. Billy Cootie, who is their draftee, their mature age draft player, round 3 to 4. Got Harry Cunningham, wherever he is. There he is there. With a quad 1 week, but we're not sure if that means this week he's out or it's next week. Jesse Tatoli, foot 1 to 2 weeks. Where is he? There we go, 155K. 1 to 2 weeks, he is out. Tom Hanley, 2 to 3 weeks. Wherever he is, I can't see. There he is, 1 to 2 weeks. 1 to 2 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks, sorry. Max King, 5 months. Very disappointing there. And we got Javan Philippou as well, out 1 to 2 weeks with a quad. Moving on to the Western Bulldogs, or should we do West Coast? We'll do West Coast. Oh, God, there is a lot here. So, Liam Baker out available for round 2 with his suspension last year. Got Tyler Brockman, wherever he is. There he is there. ITB, don't know what that stands for, but for 5 weeks. Liam Duggan, he's out for, he's a test for concussion, and so is Harry Edwards. If we find him down here, potentially, I am wrong. Sorry, don't watch many Eagles games. Harry Edwards, 330K, concussion to be confirmed. Got Ruben Jinby as a test for his foot. He'll be a bit higher up here at 383K. He's most likely will play. Same with Jack Graham as well. 476K with his hamstring will be a test. Grossi and Hutchison. Gross at 190K, out 5 to 7 weeks with his hamstring. Got Jack Hutchison. There he is, 308K, 7 to 9 weeks with his ankle, which is really disappointing. Tim Kelly, 401K, hamstring as a test. Very disappointing for Noah Long. He's out for the season with his knee, so not going to be able to pick him. Fred Rodriguez with a foot to be confirmed. Harry Schoenberg, not many people knew this, but he's out till round 2 because of a suspension. Didn't know that. But yeah, Brandon Starcevic, Where is he? There he is, 271K, 1 to 2 weeks with his calf. And Bailey Williams, out 2 to 3 weeks. Bailey J. Williams, so that's their ruckman. Who's the Eagles' ruckman then, if he's out for the first couple of weeks? Oh, of course, Matty Flynn. I'm sure they'll play Duff Tytler as well. On to the last but not least, we're going with the Western Bulldogs. We've got Bailey Dale. He's a test for this weekend, but we've obviously seen Lockie Jacks being confirmed with his debut, which is really nice. So hopefully Bailey Dale will be on the other side there. Sam Darcy with some soreness. He'll be a test as well. He'll be fine by Saturday night. Riley Garcia, hamstring to be confirmed. Disappointing we don't have a recovery timeline there. Ryan Gardner, where is he? He is 1 to 2 weeks with a groin. Sorry, I was looking at my phone, but it was right there on the screen. And then we got Adam Treloar. He's a test for his calf. I would probably steer clear from him for now because maybe unless he has 2 amazing games and you go for him and he's looking fit, I would just not risk it. We've got Riley Sanders. Sorry, I don't know why I said that weird. 381K, concussion 1 to 2 weeks. Probably won't be playing. Yep, won't be. Must have been a recent one. Zach Walker, 119K with an ankle injury, 5 to 7 weeks. Last, but not least, we've got Cody Waitman, 226K with his knee injury to be confirmed. Didn't play all last year. It sounded like his knee injury was horrible. I don't actually know what he did, but that must mean that he's probably not good for a while. So some other, like a Cooper Hines or a Josh Dolan, some of these younger guys down here might have a crack at smaller forwards might have a crack at getting into that side for the Western Bulldogs. So that is every injury I have gone through. Surely there's a might have been a bit easier. Oh, the injury report. That might have helped. So yeah, there's 131 injured. If you don't have SuperCoach Plus, then you can cheat it off me and get it all off here. But if you do yourself a favor and look here at the injury report, see who was injured. Thankfully, it's not too many primos like last year. I remember Zach Butters and Bontempelli, who a lot of people was there 1 and 2, and then they were out for the first 4 to 6 weeks. Fortunately, Tom Green is the guy that will be out for the whole season. But yeah, Callahan, Matt Rouse, Smith are the other guys that are. I don't know. Was this sort by? Okay, it doesn't matter. We can sort it by. I wish I knew this at the start. That's okay. Anyways, how's this going to affect each team? We'll do this very quickly. Peatling, what is it? Hinge, Peatling, and Rankin all being Hinge and Peatling being tests. Will push a couple guys out. Rankin will also push another guy out. They're in their best team. So just be mindful of who you're going for at Adelaide and how well they do, because that will matter in the end. For Brisbane, Sam Draper. I'm sure we'll be back soon. I don't even remember talking about Brisbane, but I did. Yeah. Anyways, what was I trying to say? Yeah, Cam Rayner with his tests, and then that's the only guy. So be mindful who you're picking for Brisbane. Carlton, we've got a lot of guys coming around 3 to 4. We've got Chera, Newman, Haynes, Cottrell, Evans. They're all 1 to 3, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So just be mindful if you're going for any other Carlton rookies. Jagger Smith will be keeper's spot, but be mindful for other guys as well. Collingwood, very small here. There was a couple more on here, but how does the Bobby Hill absence open up for other guys, probably will be a Harvey Harrison type that will come up and play a bit. We got Jeremy Howe's out from 1 to 3, and that Essendon's pretty big. I don't really see Nick Bryan. How's Blackiston going to, depending on when Bryan comes back, how's Blackiston's role going to be affected? Maybe he's the second ruck. That would be decent, but his SuperCoach scoring will probably go down quite a bit. He's 195, 196 with a massive leap. So he's going to be very valuable for Essendon at this current moment, and for other AFL teams if they want to splash some cash towards him, I guess. But with Kako out 1 to 3, El Achkar could be an option. Ridley out 4 to 5. There might be a defender down back for Essendon. Maybe an Archie Roberts might take more kick-ins, kick-outs, whatever you call them. For Fremantle, it was Pearce, Witkowski, Cox, and Warner, all subject to fitness test. So I wouldn't trust any Fremantle rookies just of yet, I'll be honest, just due to injury. Geelong, they've got quite a few. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Four top guys are subject to fitness with. They're all in their best team. And I'm sure Tyson Sengel will come back sooner rather than later. Sure. With Ballard and Rogers, I reckon, maybe not Rogers, but Ballard will definitely, he'll have a go at playing round 0 or round 1. Potentially. Obviously, Tom Green's out for the year. How does that affect GWS? Do you go for Caniglio? Do you go for Harry Rowson, who's had a run in the midfield? Callahan as well, or what's his face? O'Halloran, I think it was, that he said something about being his last opportunity. I don't know. It was some random thing. But Callahan, yes, he'll potentially be back. And then got a couple of guys coming back later. Will Day, that midfield in Hawthorn is a little bit weaker than it was. What was it, 2 months ago when he did his shoulder? You know, with Warple leaving now, Will Day going. You've got Newcomb, McKenzie, McDonald was going in there. You've got Nash as well. Some guys to mention. Melbourne's got a pretty decent injury list too. How does this affect them? Well, Bowie's expected recovery time is to be confirmed. A lot of these guys' injuries are. So I think Melbourne Rooks are okay to go for. I reckon a lot of McKercher, I think McDonald and Core will play. So, yeah. But to be fair, North are weird, so I probably wouldn't choose many there. Unless they're the top of the top, like Sheasel or, what's his face, Cherry. Wines out till round 3. SPP, who's going to be playing in that forward line, taking his spot, that high half forwards. The coaches, I'm sure, will play round 1. Richmond and their big bloody injury list here. I think Voston and Prestia will play. Houghton, Sims won't. Cumming won't. So you could go for some Richmond Rooks. I think Grill's probably your best option, in my opinion. And some other, maybe an Alga. He's a bit of a point of difference. St Kilda. Everyone is pretty, like, other than Silvani, the others are out for a while. So it's kind of, whoever's getting named on Sunday will be probably in that team for a while. Due to form, and they'll only be going out due to form, not because of due to injuries coming back. Not that there's many big ones anyways, but Sydney with there's not really many in their best 22 or 23 now, but they're all out for the first couple of weeks, so I wouldn't be too worried there. West Coast, they've got a lot of injuries. Yeah, I have to scroll down a little bit, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of their best 23 that are coming back. Liam Baker's coming back in round 2. You've got Brockman, who's coming out back a bit later. Same with Tommy Gross around that time. Starcevic as well, who'll be definitely in that best 23. Just be mindful of that as well. Last but not least, the Dogs. We have got Bailey Dale, I think, will play. Darcy will definitely play. I think Treloar, if he is fit, he will play. But it'll be interesting to see where they play him. But yeah, how's that going to affect some rookies? We'll see. All right. I've talked for nearly 45 minutes. I am sick of hearing my voice. I can't believe, if you are here until the end, let me know, because that is a pretty decent effort. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, you guys have a good one. I hope that you're not sick of my voice yet, but yeah. Hopefully, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.